Good evening and welcome to the news here on Zodiac. You're with me, Robert Karua. Let's have a look at the headlines. PSLCE examinations are out with 81% pass rate as MSc exams commence on Tuesday. President Chakwera invites criticism for interacting with US pop star Madonna without a face mask amid increasing cases of COVID-19. Parliament to destroy polling materials for the notified 2019 presidential election. And in sports, Solom strict on COVID-19 retesting as Bullets ponders on resuming play. Now the news in detail. Minister of Education, in conjunction with the Malawi National Examination Board, MANEB, have released the 2020 primary school leaving certificate examination results with 225,000 to 387 learners out of 277,007 candidates qualifying for the award of the certificate. Education Minister Agnes Nyalonje says this represents an 81% pass rate, the highest in the past 5 years.
In preparation for these examinations, my ministry, working with MANEB and the security agencies, or the different ones, have made sure that all measures possible have been put in place to safeguard the security of these examinations. The fact that we have all the security agencies involved doing different things around securing these exams should give Malawians confidence that we have done everything we can possibly think of to make sure that the exams are safe.
Meanwhile, MANEB Board Chairman Alfred Mtenje has disclosed that 4 security agents have been deployed to man the MSCE examinations to commence on Tuesday.
We have been partnering with all the security agents in this country, the Malawi Defense Force, the Malawi Police Service, the National Intelligence Service, and the Anti-Corruption Bureau. The reason why this has been done is to make sure that we maximize security and do not leave any loopholes for anybody who would want to do any act of cheating. So, for example, the Malawi Defense Force have been given the responsibility of escorting all the examination papers from MANEB to the centers where the exams will be kept, and they will also be guarding, the MDF will also be guarding all the places where the exams will be stored. So they have that responsibility. Whilst the Malawi Police Service will be providing security at the centers where the students will be writing their examinations to make sure that there is no cheating at the time of writing.
MANEB Board Chairman Professor Alfred Mtenje. Still on examinations, an education expert, Benedicto Kondowe, has expressed satisfaction with the PSLCE 2020 pass rate, describing it as a surprise, considering the circumstances in which the exam was undertaken. Kondowe has since asked the Minister of Education to come out clear on how it has happened this time and why it was failing for the past 5 years. Kondowe explains more to Linda Masinga.
If you look at the standard debt pass rate in itself, it shows improvement from around 77 to 81.3, which is quite high, and perhaps against what Malawians were expecting, considering that we had the wrong pledge and also factoring in the impact of COVID. So we had anticipated that the pass rate would be lower than the previous. But based on the figures that the minister has read, have shown that COVID has had no significant impact in as far as performance is concerned. That said, as an organization, we are interested in understanding the underlying factors. So one would have expected the ministry statement to provide more clarity as to what were the enabling factors for the learners to perform far much better than the previous year, yet the environment was more challenging than the year before. We hope that the ministry will provide that clarity, because in the absence of that clarity, there could be a number of speculations which could be made on the figures that have so far been made. Appreciating the fact that it is more or less a normal practice that when learners do not do well, the results are at times moderated to fit the context in which the statistics are being provided.
President Lazarus Chakwera has invited criticism for shaking hands with U.S. pop star Madonna and talking to her without a face mask. A video making rounds in the social media shows the two talking straight into each other's face, apparently without regard to rising numbers of COVID-19 cases in Malawi. Yesterday alone, 3 people died of COVID-19, while 132 new cases were registered. We have this report by Gabriel Kamlomo.
U.S. pop diva Madonna arrived in the country last week and met President Lazarus Chakwera at Kamuzu Palace. At a time the country is experiencing a new wave of the COVID-19 pandemic, Chakwera is seen shaking hands with Madonna and talking to her straight into her face without masks on. This coming at a time his own task force on COVID-19 has re-intensified a campaign for strict adherence to COVID-19 preventive measures. We spoke to health rights activist George Jobe for his reaction on how Chakwera and Madonna conducted themselves.
You look at the implication, the message, because the people may just be learning from the gesture that is happening. We do, much as the 2 people in high esteem might have tested negative and they know their results, just for the sake of the message going to the public, would encourage always, especially when featuring in public, to maintain what is being preached.
2 weeks ago, Labour Minister Ken Kandodo was hospitalized in Lilongwe to become the first cabinet member hit by COVID-19. The last time Chakwera was also criticized for not wearing a mask in public when he visited Tanzania just after his election last June. Chakwera has consistently appeared in public with a mask on, including when he is interacting with members of his own cabinet. Madonna is from the US, where COVID-19 has attacked and killed millions. She is in Malawi to fulfill a legal requirement following her decision to adopt 4 Malawian children.
That report there by Gabriel Kamlomo. Moving on, Parliament is now ready to destroy polling material for the nullified 2019 presidential election. Deputy Clerk of Parliament responsible for corporate services, Chikondi Kachinjika, says this follows the completion of handling all election-related complaints. This was disclosed today when the Malawi Electoral Commission handed over polling materials for December 2020 parliamentary by-election to Parliament for disposal. Steve Zimba has more.
Malawi Electoral Commission is supposed to deposit polling materials to Parliament after assessing and analyzing all complaints. This year, Parliament is expected to destroy polling materials for the controversial 2019 general elections after going through this process. Deputy Clerk of Parliament responsible for corporate services is Chikondi Kachinjika.
The law is very clear. We're supposed to keep them for a period of 12 months, according to Section 119 of the Parliamentary and Presidential Elections Act.
The Malawi Electoral Commission handed over polling materials for the December 2020 parliamentary by-elections to the Parliament. Meki Commissioner Dr. Jeannie Matanga says all major problems for the by-elections have been sorted out.
We are required as a commission, after every presidential and parliamentary election, to deposit the materials with Parliament. These are things like ballot papers, result sheets, all those we're supposed to deposit with Parliament. And the issue is the Parliament will keep those records for a period of 12 months.
For Zodiak, this is Steve Zimba reporting.
The Ministry of Education has opened schools across the country today amid rising cases of COVID-19 pandemic, with an advice to all school administrators to follow preventive measures. But Zodiac Snap Survey has revealed that some schools are complying with the set COVID-19 preventive measures, while others are facing challenges. Aunyango Nkoma with the details.
As schools have opened, our spot checks in various districts across the country has found that some schools are complying with government-set COVID-19 preventive measures, while others are struggling. For example, some learners in most primary schools indoor did not wear face masks, saying they were finding difficulties to breathe. However, at Nantomba Community Day Secondary School, a majority of learners were in face masks, with some few classrooms without buckets of water for hand washing. In Ncheu, our reporter Blessings Kangombe there says at Ncheu Roman Catholic Primary School, both learners and teachers had put on face masks beside presence of hand-washing facilities as COVID-19 preventive measures. In Mzuzu, our Angela Nkwandawire there found that at Katoto, St. Peter's and Mzuzu CCP primary schools, teachers and learners were observing COVID-19 preventive measures. However, some learners were sent back for failing to wear face masks at Mzuzu CCP primary school. In Karonga, our Adams Undaninge says very few learners were seen wearing face masks in schools such as St. Mary's Boys, Lulindo and St. Mary's Girls Primary Schools, but all the three schools had hand-washing facilities in all strategic places.
Meanwhile, experts have cautioned government to step up efforts of preventing the spread of COVID-19 as schools open today to avoid making the learning institutions a breeding ground for the virus. Health experts Mpaso Nguluwe and Maziko Matemba and education expert Benedicto Kondowe agree that strict enforcement of the preventive measures is key in keeping learners and teachers from the virus. In the last 24 hours, the country has registered 132 new coronavirus cases with 3 deaths. John Pokayeni reports.
The Education Ministry has opened all learning institutions today, Monday, despite the country recording increasing numbers of COVID-19. Experts feel this should not be cause for worry if all preventive measures are followed to the letter. They have also warned government to step up efforts of preventing the spread of COVID-19. Health expert Mpaso Nguluwe told us government and relevant stakeholders should ensure enough hand-washing facilities and personal protective equipment are in place in the learning institutions.
These precautionary measures should be taken serious as we take COVID serious. Because the problem has been that people are really not taking the COVID serious. It is a serious condition. So if people realize that COVID is a serious condition, they will take the precautionary measures very serious.
While agreeing with Nguluwe, another health expert, Maziko Mademba, suggests every school should have own COVID-19 screening points.
So I think the Minister of Health and the Minister of Education and the task force have discussed these issues, so that we will be on the lookout if in any way that maybe we found cases in our schools on how we.
On his part, education expert Benedicto Kondowe says despite that the decision to open schools was made before cases started rising, strict adherence to set preventive measures is paramount. In April this year, schools were abruptly closed as a measure to stem further spread of COVID-19 when there was no recorded case in the country. Now the country has registered over 6,844 cases with 195 deaths and 5,715 recoveries.
You're watching the news on Zodiac and you're with me, Robert Karua. We've got more shortly.
Precious things have a secret formula. While John is busy trying to impress, James discovered Tangu's secret. Tangu uses Purity sanitary products from Purity body wash, Purity hands wash, Purity body lotion to Purity dishwash. After a week of using Purity sanitary products, James won the heart of Tangu. Use Purity sanitary products.
Welcome back in this edition of news, and you're with me, Robert Kalua. Let's have a look at the headlines. PSLCE examinations are out with 81% pass rate as MSc exams commence on Tuesday. President Chakwera invites criticism for interacting with US pop star Madonna without face mask amid increasing cases of COVID-19. Parliament to destroy polling materials for the notified 2019 presidential elections. And in sports, Sullom strict on COVID-19 retesting as Bullets ponders on resuming play. Moving on, Malawi joined the international community in commemorating the World Braille Day on Monday, January 4th, with a call to raise awareness of the importance of Braille as a means of communication. Malawi Union of the Blind MAM Executive Director Ezekiel Kumwenda says Braille remains an essential tool for literacy and lifelong learning of the blind. Their freedom of expression and inclusion as enshrined in the UN Convention on the Rights of the Persons with Disabilities. Mr. Kumwenda explains.
This is a day in which we remember the death of Louis Braille, a Frenchman who was born on the 1st January 1809 in France. Actually, we celebrate the death of this man just because of the significant contribution he made to the world by contributing the system of writing which we people with visual impairment use whenever we are writing and reading, that is Braille, because we know that through his contribution we are able now to read and write, and through that we are now employed in different areas such as teachers, others are administrators, others are working as policemen, others are working as reporters in different radio stations in the country.
Now, how Malawi has been faring in ensuring that Braille is a communication tool among visual impairment people?
Honestly speaking, Malawi is not doing enough in this area because we still have the challenge of teaching and learning materials in different education institutions which take on board learners with visual impairment. And apart from that, we still have inadequate school teachers who know their job as far as now teaching people with visual impairment is concerned. And apart from that, we don't have enough education institutions that should be taking on board learners with visual impairment. Because of these things, I cannot say that actually we are doing enough. We are still lying behind as far as education of people with visual impairment is concerned.
Malawi Union of the Blind Executive Director, Ezekiel Kumwenda. Malawi Network of Older Persons Organization, MANEPO, has described the year 2020 as the most difficult year in promoting and protecting rights of the older persons in the country. MANEPO Executive Director Andrew Kavala lamented that they have recorded an increase in attacks and killings of older persons in 2020 compared to the previous year. According to MANEPO, over 15 elderly people have been killed in 2020, largely on witchcraft allegations. Kavala explains.
When we look back 2020, it hasn't been a good year, and this is done in comparison with the previous years. 2020 has been a year where we have seen a number of abuse cases targeting older men and older women. We have seen increase in the mob justice cases targeting older women. It is a year where nothing tangible has been done in terms of providing a conducive environment for older men and older women. We are also quite aware that maybe it is a year where political issues were taking central stage. So we have seen the political battles. So generally you would see that there hasn't been that much priority in terms of focusing on issues affecting older men and older women. However, let me hasten to say that the National Planning Commission, as they developed the National Agenda 2063, they also consulted us on what kind of things we need to be included in the National Development Plan, shared our views after consulting a cross-section of older men and older women. We also challenged them to say we cannot be talking about a national development plan that goes all the way up 2063, but it doesn't contain substantial direction in terms of what happens to older men and older women.
MANEPO Executive Director Andrew Kavala. At least 600 nursing students who are waiting for their final examination results from Nurses and Midwives Council of Malawi have warned of unspecified action against the council for failure to release their examination results in time. Representative of the students, Emmanuel Kachere, told us on Sunday that they have been trying to get hold of the council, but to no avail. President of the council, Shout Semeza, says the delay is because President Lazarus Chakwera is yet to institute new governing board. State House Communication Director Sean Kampondeni asked for more time before commenting on the matter. Steve Zimba reports.
These 600 nursing students graduated in 2019 but wrote their final examinations in September 2020. The students claim they were promised to have their results after a month. Representative of the students, Emmanuel Kachere, says they are supposed to be practicing and not just staying at home.
Nursing is more about practice. We are failing to practice, we are failing to work, we are failing to assist our families, we are failing to assist our relatives just because we are staying idle in our houses. We can't go anywhere to work or to do any small job because we don't have a license. So it affected us a lot, but we are going to show the public that we are not happy for what is happening to us.
Nurses and Midwives Council of Malawi, which administers examinations for the nursing students, referred back governing body to President Lazarus Chakwera after noting that earlier appointments he made had some anomalies. President of the council, Shauti Simeza, says his institution is waiting from President Chakwera to make new appointments.
We haven't received any feedback from the appointing authorities, so minus the board in place, the results cannot be released because they will not have been approved.
When contacted, State House Communications Director Shoni Kampondeni asked for more time before commenting on the matter. Malawi's health sector has 50% vacancy rate, but there are already 2,300 licensed medical professionals who are yet to be hired by government. For Zodiak, this is Steve Zimba reporting.
Maula prison inmates have faulted the country's judicial system of delays in finalizing criminal cases, saying this is contributing to the challenge of congestion they are subjected to. The inmates said this when Minister of Civic Education and National Unity Timothy Mtambo visited them with a donation of COVID-19 protective equipment. Maula Prison Station Officer Senior Superintendent Thomas Damba said the prison, with an initial holding capacity of 800, has over 1,000 inmates with cases pending in court. Judiciary officials were not immediately available for comment. Winston Kaimira reports.
Minister of Civic Education and National Unity, Timothy Mtambo, and his political grouping, Citizen for Transformation, donated face masks to Maula Prison amid increasing new cases of coronavirus in the second wave. Inmates at the prison informed the minister challenges they are facing. They said the prison is highly congested as there are a total of 2,677 inmates, while it has the capacity to keep only 800. Prisoner in charge, Griff Chinyama, said delayed justice delivery is contributing to the challenge. The minister said efforts are being made to address challenges that prisoners face, including that of congestion.
Capacity of Malawi prisons cannot go beyond even 6,000, but we reached up to almost 13,000, which means we doubled, if anything tripled. But when we came in, the president has so far pardoned over 6,000 inmates, which is almost half.
On his part, Maula Prison Station Officer Thomas Samba said the donated masks will go a long way in adhering to COVID-19 preventive measures at the facility.
We needed to make sure that each and every prisoner is free from catching this deadly virus. So we needed to make sure that these prisoners are given face masks each and every day.
This is Winston Kaimira for Zodiac in Lilongwe.
All right, let's now have a look at sports. In sports, Super League of Malawi Sulum says Nyasa Big Bullets will be allowed to resume play in the top flight league only when they produce authenticated COVID-19 test results certified by the Minister of Health. Solom Vice General Secretary Zakaria Nyirenda says Bullets will have to confirm all necessary procedures, including retesting their players before they return to the field to play. Sambanda has the details in this report.
Nyasa Big Bullets suspended their training last week after 9 of their players and 2 members of the backroom staff tested positive for COVID-19, leading to the cancellation of their match against crosstown rivals Before Wanderers. Meanwhile, a few days after those infected went into isolation, the People's team have indicated they will resume training today, but the Super League of Malawi Vice General Secretary Zakaria Nyirenda says the reigning champions must follow all the required procedures, including retesting the players and produce authenticated evidence of the results from reputable medical institution and certified by the Ministry of Health.
Every test that is conducted on a Super League player, the result doesn't go to the club nor the player as an individual. We will not even seek any guidance from the Ministry of Health as long as the certificate is, which will be issued by a recognized hospital. That will be a mandate, that will be a directive, that will be a guide from the Ministry of Health to us to accommodate that particular person.
Nyasa Big Bullets Chief Administration Officer Albert Chigoga says the retesting of the players started yesterday and will proceed on Wednesday. According to Chigoga, the club will decide after the results on whether to be allocated a league match or be exempted again.
We did communicate to Suwom last week. We indicated to them that we would be ready to go into action this weekend, but we are very optimistic that our guys will come out of the woods. They will all be okay. So let's wait and see.
This weekend's Super League fixture indicates that Bullets, who are 8th in the standings, will face Kamuzu Barracks in Blantyre this Sunday.
That's what we had time for in this edition of news. But before we go, let's take a look at the headlines once again. PSLCE examinations are out with 81% pass rate as MSc exams commence on Tuesday. President Chakwera invites criticism for interacting with US pop star Madonna without face mask amid increasing cases of COVID-19. Parliament to destroy polling materials for the nullified 2019 presidential elections. And in sports, Solom strict on COVID-19 retesting as Bullets ponders on resuming play. Log on to our website, zodiacmalawi.com, for more news. You've been with me, Robert Kalua. Remember to watch your distance, wear your mask, and wash your hands with soap frequently to help contain the spread of COVID-19.
Sangalarani